sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I
Let's go! Ladies and gentlemen, we got breaking news coming out of Miami. Tight end Jonnu Smith signs with the Miami Dolphins. Wow. Okay, we got to talk about this. Button on your way in the building. Let your friends and family members know that we are live. This stream is being powered by BetUS. Listen, Jose said all this hype, we don't use tight ends in our offense. We'll talk about it. We'll break it down here, all right? But listen, man, this stream is being powered by BetUS. Receive a 125% sign-up bonus in your first 3 deposits. No longer your first deposit. You are being threefolded with your first 3 deposits. All you have to do is use code JOIN125. The link is in the description of the video. 24/7 customer service if you need any help. 24-hour fast and easy payouts. They also have gamblers insurance that can help you out as well if necessary, unless you got that, that good luck like your boy. All right. But listen, BetUS has been a proud sponsor of this channel all last season, all this season, going into the off season. Supporting our sponsors is supporting the channel. And just so you know, it's not just the sports book. I stress this all the time. It's not just the sports book, ladies and gentlemen. It has live betting, casino, race book, and so much more. Y'all know I be pulling up the blackjack sometimes, showing y'all how it's done. It's just what I do, all right? The NFL futures are out as well. One of the things that recently came out, the NFL season awards, you got coach of the year, most valuable player, the NFL specials, what team or certain players going to end up on, and now they have the NFL division futures, ladies and gentlemen. The division futures are officially up. Okay. Man, I'm gonna be bad if I see Buffalo as the favorite in the AFC. No one is supposed to be Miami, especially since they're imploding. They're getting rid of everybody. See, they don't realize we're getting rid of a lot of people, but we could do without the people we're getting rid of. You know, it's not like the most dire situation of all time, okay? But those futures are up as well. I'll bring it back up to you once it's up and loaded, ladies and gentlemen. But before we move on, let's hear a quick word from our sponsor.
BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook and casino. Live betting and racebook. We're celebrating 30 years with a historic offer. A 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Plus 10% gambler's insurance. Get started today. BetUS, where the game begins.
All right, BetUS, where the game begins. Take advantage of the opportunity. Remember, first 3 deposits get the bonus. Link in the description of the video. Let's dive in, ladies and gentlemen. Jonnu Smith is a Miami Dolphin. Woo! Super Bowl, baby. Does this mean Super Bowl for the Miami Dolphins? Let me put it like this, ladies and gentlemen. Jonnu Smith will help us. He's a weapon. I think he's going to be an asset to this team. The issue I have is we don't even use the tight end position like that. We use it in its most passive way, and I feel like we have one of the most efficient guys in Durham Smythe right now, perfectly that executes what we like to do in this system. But I thought about it, and I want y'all to open your mind up here. I thought about it. Maybe this is bigger than what we're thinking. Maybe they are going to have to play in a pro-style system, open the offense up, everything on the table, and find out who he is. Maybe they're going to change the offense. You had, a Patriots player come out, literally said, oh, Miami ain't nothing. They do pretty much just about the same thing. They are who they are. And people are like, well, we beat them 6 times in a row. Well, let's be honest. Their defense actually did pretty well on us every time we played them. They really did a good job on our offense. We might have snuck a big play in every game that made the difference, but their defense actually did a very good job on us over the last few years. But maybe we're going to be changing up the entire offense. Maybe McDaniel is cooking up a new system that says, you know what? I can't hide your flaws anymore. It's time for you to fly, young fella, fly. And I want to say this too. Tua getting a quarterback coach, I don't think is just boom, light bulb in his head. I think the team said, I think you should work with someone this summer on this, that, and this, because we opening this bad boy up. And now we may be able to find out if he can hold up and if he can, be that franchise guy in a system that has no limitations. Now, that's very concerning to me, but we'll see. Because if you notice, they are prioritizing this situation. Even though you can sign them early, but they want to, because we got 3 tight ends, and you're supposed to be invested in Julian Hill to make sure he develops to become even better, because he started to make a few plays here and there. But they say, no, let's get a guy. Let's get a guy. Which shows me they have intention behind this, and that intention leads me to believe, man, okay, I think some changes are going to be coming on offense. And that's a beautiful thing if one man and one man only can handle it. And I'm not going to operate off of the premise that he can't. I'm going to operate off of the premise that hopefully this is the moment where he comes in too. That's what I think this is about. Because it really wouldn't make any sense otherwise. We had a Mike Gesicki, a pass-catching tight end we didn't utilize. I think that we're going to switch it up. When you got Baltimore Ravens players saying the Dolphins have tails, when you have players around the league like it is, we done figured this out. When you have like 5 games in a row at the end of the season where your offense can't do jack, like nothing. Oh yeah, changes need to happen. And I get so frustrated because everybody recognizes it, by the way. No one's saying, oh, this offense is great, we just need to be healthy. No, because the offense didn't even have many hurt players at the end. Some banged up players, but every offense does. There needs to be change. And I think nobody's debating that, and I think everybody agrees. And I'm talking about systemic change, a system. Like, this system was good while it lasted, but it's being figured out, and you don't want to go into this season with the bums figured it out as well. That could be a disaster. So I think we finna play football in a whole nother way. And yeah, we're gonna lean on some of the good old faithful and come back to it here and there, but I think we're gonna, see instead, like how many times did we go over film and I showed you one play or another play in a game that we ran 10, 11, 12 times? Maybe different wrinkles, but it's the same play. No, that ain't cool. That ain't cool at all. Stay Zuda said the entire O-line was on IR by season end. CD has short-term memory or selective memory. I guess what I'm saying to you, Stay Zooted, the O-line wasn't an issue in the playoffs. The O-line wasn't an issue in the last week of the season. The O-line wasn't an issue in the week before the last week of the season. Like, we're not going to sit here and make it like I want y'all to think about the O-line that Flores had. I want you to think about the O-line the year after that. I even want you to think about this, hit and miss O-line the year McDaniel first came. Let's not sit here and act like the O-line was an issue like that. Even when everybody was hurt, every O-line gives up a play here and there, but our O-line wasn't even close to being abysmal. Let's keep it a buck. We act like we keep on throwing out this O-line stuff. Our O-line, matter of fact, I go out on a limb to say congratulations to Mike McDaniel and the coaching staff, because how they maneuvered the O-line with the injuries and things of that nature, any team could only hope for just that level of play. It ain't going to be perfect. The Kansas City Chiefs had the 2 worst tackles in the NFL. Like, we're not going to take a poop on the O-line like it was 2 years ago. And the homie Matthew Rank is saying 31st ranked pass block win percentage. Yeah, but it didn't matter for us, Matthew, because when Austin Jackson got blasted and lost, he didn't win. The ball was already gone. So I know that's bad, but the way our offense was formulated, the ball was gone anyway. It was of no consequence. Now, if we want to just talk about from an individual basis on grading the O-line, yeah, trash. They've been trash. We've been trash for 40 years on the line. Exaggeration. Ain't no question about it. But that's not discount what this coaching staff did to hide their flaws, just like they hide Tua flaws. Let me put it like that. That's a fair way to put it. That's a fair way to put it. So at the end of the day, man, I think that we're going to switch it up, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all hit that like button. We got 500 people in the building. Punch that like button. We got 136 people, 37 people watching on Twitter, 342 on YouTube. I always urge the Twitter viewers to come over to YouTube, subscribe to the channel so you can get all the latest, all the live streams, and all the content Dolphins related, because we hit everything over here. Ain't nothing we miss. Only thing we miss is undrafted players. I ain't got time for it. I mean, I'll wait till they earn a right and surprise us to talk about them. Okay? The only thing we don't hit on is undrafted players and sometimes day 3 of the draft. That's it. Everything else we talk about over here. Everything else, okay? But yeah, come over to YouTube, subscribe to the channel so that you can get the latest and all the content, because I'm not going to always be streaming on X. This is something that I started recently, but I want to move most people over to YouTube because I do a lot of trolling on X, and it's not a true reflection of the content that we provide. So I don't want you to be skewed in your perception of me, because I intentionally have a alter ego on Twitter. Just saying. All right. Utah Fins fan on Twitter said, I can't find you on YouTube. I don't get that. You know how many people keep telling me that? It's TD Fins Talk. The Fins ain't an F, it's a P. TD PHINS TALK. Okay. A lot of people keep telling me that. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Let me drop the link for you. I don't know if it'll show up on Twitter, but I'll put the link in the chat. And yeah, let me put the link in the chat, and then maybe it'll take you straight to the YouTube page. All right. We're almost coming up on 29,000 subscribers here on YouTube, so y'all can help us get there. All right. All right. I just dropped the link in the chat. I don't know if it's going to transfer to Twitter, but there you have it. The link is in the chat right now. If not, you just got to go to YouTube and you got to go ahead and try to find me, TDPHINS Talk. Okay. All right. Hopefully you find me. I hate that. A lot of people saying I don't see you on YouTube. They've been telling me that the last few days from Twitter. All right. All right. Anywho, let's keep going, man. Let's keep talking about this, because I think it's bigger than me assuming that change is coming and we're going to run a whole new system and open the offense up. And when I say a whole new system, let me be clear once again. We're going to run our same system, but now instead of running that system, like every team has a base system, right? And they run that about 60% of the time. Their main plays, what they like to get into and out of, if a team is primarily this or a team is primarily that. And the other 40% is left to the coach. And these numbers aren't accurate, by the way. This is just how I see football based off of the film that I watch. These are estimations of how I see our allocation on plays, okay? So we got about 60% of our system, and the other 40% is discretionary. It's situational, so 3rd and 1 and all of that. You got that part of the playbook. Then you have the taking shot part of the playbook, taking a shot down the field. Then you have the, hey, we love this play. Let's get that in there right here. You got about 5 or 6 of those. So that other 40% is situational, and it varies, okay? But the base of your offense is 60%, and for us, it's, that, it's 22 personnel, tight end hiding behind the line of scrimmage, or even Tyreek in a tight end role in 22 personnel hiding behind the line of scrimmage, so we got the guy in motion and it could go either side, but let's work the left side. On the left side of the field, you got the wheel route. You got the guy going in the flat, which sometimes is the inline tight end going out in the flat, and you got the slot receiver going on a slant or going up the seam, whatever the wrinkle of the play is, okay? On the other side of the field, we don't care because we cut it off. Mike McDaniel's system is like, hike inside. They could be wide open. We don't care because we don't know the way he's coached Tua. We're not processing the full field. We are processing where we're going. That's it, which I hate. And I hope the new incorporation of what they're going to add into the system is the full thing. But we shall see, okay? because you can't go get Jonnu Smith trying to do the same thing. Why do I say that? Because Durham Smythe has one of the best completion percentages in the NFL. Now, while Jonnu Smith is pretty good at 71%, Durham Smythe is 82% completion percentage. I mean, he only had 8 incompletions all season, just straight eating. So I can't imagine you're just bringing this man in to do the same thing for Durham Smythe, unless you're saying, hey, we want a little bit more yards after the catch. Not for $5 extra million and you're going to keep Durham Smythe? That don't make sense. That don't make sense because the teams that play us well, they're all over that mess anyway. They're all over that. So hopefully this is going to open it up. And one thing I can see Mike McDaniel trying to incorporate with Jonnu Smith is getting a big guy in those bubble screens. I know I bring this up often, but it's true, and we need to not ignore it. You know, Tua ain't the best passer behind the line of scrimmage for some reason. I have no idea. Throwing a -2-yard pass or -1 or 0-yard pass and for a screen and stuff, he's not the best passer. You notice, like, we probably ran like 50 screens all season, right? And you notice it's like 20 of them. You're like, what was that? Another 10, it was like, man, why did you put it high the way he had to jump off his feet and then the defender was able to come make a play because now he got to come down. That takes time. I have no clue why, because Tua used to be deadly in the quick stuff, the short with Flores and them, right? And he was terrible intermediate with ball placement. He used to complete it a lot, but the ball placement was terrible intermediate, and we already knew what he was deep ball-wise, just underthrowing everything. That still ain't changed, okay? He's hitting a few more in stride, but he still underthrow a lot. But the reason why he hitting them in stride now is because Mike McDaniel has strategically put the deep ball into a part of the field where he could put all he got into it and it's going to end up within the 10-yard line. So he just put it out there. Okay. But that's neither here nor there. I can show you that on film. But for some reason, and I'm guessing when I say we ran 50 screens, but I'm doing this so that you can see the percentage that's an issue. Just think about it. How many times, like 50 screens ran, Tua got at least 15 of them incomplete. And it's like, why did you throw it in the dirt? Why did you throw it too far ahead? Why did you overthrow them? Like, these are terrible passes that should be the easiest pass in the NFL. And then he got like another 10 that are terrible ball placement that allows the defender time to come catch up because the receiver got to do something egregious instead of in stride. That got to be fixed. That alone could be an intricate part of our offense. But that's where Jonnu can come in, because Jonnu can run some screens. His yards after the catch and his explosiveness after he get the ball in his hand is going to be good. Let me tell you why. You got a bigger guy, and that's the problem I think it is. Tua looking at these, and I don't say midget in a derogatory form, but he looking at these short guys and like that's a small target to him, and he got to put it right there. Even though you still should be able to, but that's neither here nor there. He struggles in it, but you got a big body like Jonnu Smith. It can be high. Put his hands up, got it, go. He ain't got to jump off his feet. Put it low, wingspan. Put it out a little too far, wingspan. You see what I'm saying? And he could just go. I think we're going to incorporate him more in the screen game. Yes, the tight end in the screen game, and that's the genius of McDaniel, because you see that's one of Jonnu Smith's, strengths, even in Atlanta and stuff, running screens. Now, I'm a little skeptical about Jonnu Smith in this regard. He might have put up 500 and something yards, but like 3 of those are like some big plays that totaled almost like 150 yards. And when you put all the rest of it together, it ain't like that big of numbers, right? The thing that worries me the most is that Jonnu is a tail just like Gesicki was. Okay? When Gesicki was in the game, what was Gesicki doing? We throwing the ball. And if we ain't throwing the ball, he blocking on a chip with the linebacker helping, or he helping the left tackle. Everything is a help, but it's passing. Jonnu Smith is one of the worst run blockers in the NFL right now. PFF 43. One of the worst run blockers in the entire NFL right now. And this is why he was only on the field like 40% of the time in Atlanta. So for Miami, I feel like when he's on the field, it's a tell, because you don't really have to worry about that extra blocker because he don't do it well. I didn't say he was the worst run blocker. He's one of the worst. He is. But I don't want, I'm skeptical because I don't want it to be a tell. I don't want, yep, they get your boy coming out here, Jonnu coming on the field. This is a run. I mean, this is a pass, or it's a play action, because he can pass block, but he can't run block. He cannot run block. He can pass block on defense, keeping the guy away, but going to bring it and setting edges and stuff, he is not good at run blocking. He's not. Leave me alone, Desmond. I've been having a great stream, and you're the first person to say I'm hating. I've been having a really good stream, and you're the first person to say I'm hating. Oh, man, I love you, brother. All right, but yeah, that's a concern of mine. Defense to see Jonnu on the field, yeah. Bail deep. Bail deep. Yeah, they finna try to go to Tyreek, go to Waddle, and let's watch him too. He might be blocking and releasing late. Remember that, linebacker? But we ain't worrying about no run blocking. And even if they did run, they feel good. Defenses can feel good about it. They can feel good about it. So yeah, man, that's a concern for me with Jonnu Smith. The last concern is, see, I started this stream with optimism, which some people would say is rare for me. But I started the stream with optimism, right? I was optimistic. I said, what this tells me is we might be opening up the playbook. We might be this. We might be that. That was just optimism. But if we coming into the season with that same funky scheme, thinking that we're going to keep it going, we just got another threat that can help us in it, man, this is going to be a disaster. McDaniel better not. He better show his genius and his creativity. I need to see new stuff on that field next year. So when I say we got a 60% system and all that 40% other stuff, now we need to take that 60% system, push it down into a 30% of the time, and another 30 needs to be your new install, and keep your 40 situational. That's what it needs to be. Nothing more, nothing less. Because we don't even target the tight end in this current system. We don't even target the tight end. Gesicki told you that. It's Tyreek and Waddle, and then, on an occasion with the wheel route, the slant, when they back up in it, we get the tight end in the flat real quick. Get the tight end in the flat real quick. It's that simple, okay? Again, ladies and gentlemen, y'all punch the like button. We got 400 people on YouTube right now, and we got 290 people on Twitter watching right now. I keep urging those that are on Twitter, come to the YouTube page and subscribe on the YouTube page, okay? So that you can get all the content when we're live almost every single day, talking about everything Miami Dolphins football, breaking it all down, all the breaking news. Your boy is here live doing his thing, so you don't miss it, because I'm not always live on Twitter and always won't be. Okay, so go over to YouTube, subscribe to the channel now. We got 700 people watching right now. Okay, ABAB said this guy more of a yak threat than Gesicki. See, I'm with that. But Gesicki getting 280 yards with the Dolphins in the system, even if you're more of a yak threat, what, you going to put up 500 yards? And here's my thing. I'm not mad at the contract, two-year, $10 million, up to $10 million. I need to see the details. I hope it's heavy incentives. But I'm not mad at the contract. I told y'all yesterday, don't be bringing this man in for no two-year, $14 million. Don't bring him in for no 2 years, $6 million. I told y'all if we can get him 2 years, $7 million, 2 year, 8, maybe push 9, okay. And what we did was right between what I ain't doing and what I would do. So I ain't gonna trip about it because it's just like $1.5 million more than I feel the importance of the position would be for us. And only because we have so many other holes of priority. See, what people need to realize is we have so many holes. I know that we're going to have a lot of guys on the back end of this roster as depth for only $1.3 million in that range. And moves like this take away from having a $3 million quality guy as a backup linebacker or a backup this. See, what a lot of us fail to realize is we keep on going into the season top heavy, but our reserves aren't it. They aren't it. Like, tell me the backup that really step up and show out outside of Andrew Van Ginkel. I'll wait. Show me the backups that really, really, really step up and step out. You know what I mean? So I hate the fact that we don't have the depth and the quality depth. You don't need stars. You don't need number 2s at depth. But you know how I always tell y'all about the scale of 1 to 10? The Dolphins love getting all these, 9s and 10s as far as the league is concerned. 8, 9s, and 10s with the Bradley Chubbs, Armsteads, the Tyreek Hills, we got Waddle, we got Jalen Phillips, we had Christian Wilkins, Javon Holland, Jalen Ramsey, Devin A-Chain. Well, we didn't know at the time, so that's a good thing. Raheem Mostert, you had X, even though we'll talk about that too later. We love all that, right? And then the other starters, right? All the other starters that ain't stars or big time players, they're all 6s or lower, to be honest with you. All of them 6s or lower. Outside of Van Ginkel, like a 7 or 8, but all the rest of them are like, 5s and 6s or lower. And all the backups in the depth, all of them 4s. All of them 4s. And the problem is we don't have enough 6, 7, and 8s. That's our issue on this roster. There ain't enough. Let me just stick with 6 and 7. There ain't enough 6 and 7s on this roster. That's the issue we have, ladies and gentlemen. When you look at the makeup. So then when your left tackle go out, that's a 9. And at least now in his career, he used to be a 10, but your left tackle goes out. When he's healthy, he's a 9. You drop all the way down to a 4. All the way down to a 4. When Connor Williams, that's a 9, go out, you go down to a 5. I don't even know what's at left guard. You see what I'm saying, though? Your right guard go out, Robert Hunt got hurt, you go down to a 5. Xavien Howard get hurt, you go down to a 4. Jalen Ramsey get hurt or he didn't start the season, you started the season with a 5. Javon Holland go out, whoever the replacement, probably a 2. Deshaun Elliott go out, Brandon Jones, 5, 6. I give him a little something. We don't have depth. And we keep on, and the reason why we don't think about that is the simple fact that, and don't mention Isaiah Wynn to me, man. Anyway, the reason why we don't have the quality depth is because what a lot of people don't realize, the list I'm about to give you is, some could argue, is more than any team in the NFL. Last year, Teron Armstead, one of the best at the position. Connor Williams, the best, highest rated at the position. Robert Hunt, one of the best at the position, and they talk about he might even get 17 million. Mind blowing. If he get more than 14, I'm shocked. Just because of the position, not him. I mean, he's a good guy, but man, that's crazy. That's those three guys, right? Devin A. Chain, Raheem Mostert. These are certified starters, y'all. They could start on 15. Everybody I'm naming can start on 15 teams in the NFL. Okay? Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Alec Ingold. Okay, Tua. Okay, Tua. Let's see. That's the offense. That's 9 guys on the offense. Top heavy, right? Defense. Jalen Ramsey. It was Xavien Howard. It was Javon Holland, Christian Wilkins, Zeiler, Chubb, Phillips. Who am I missing? Anyone? I'm not going to count Deshaun Elliott or David Long. They're already middle of the road. That's what we need a lot more of, guys like that as backups, but not starters, but we got them starting. But let's 6 guys, right? That's a total of 15 high-end guys that I consider, when healthy, 8, 9s, or 10s. Jerome Baker, 8, 9, 10. Jerome Baker is a solidified, certified 7. And I like that. That ain't nothing wrong with that. But I ain't finna sit here and make it seem like he a 8, 9, or 10. He get a lot of tackles, but I know thank you for everything, Jerome. You were a great role model. You're right. But let's stop overinflating what he was. I mean, he was a great role model, a good guy for the Dolphins, a captain, a good player. Good player. But let's not sit here and act like he in the upper echelon of linebackers. Just saying. I call it how it is over here, ladies and gentlemen. And it ain't hate. It's just how I feel. Okay. But 15 guys, 8, 9, and 10. You go to any roster in the NFL, man, it's going to be hard to find more than 10 on a roster. It's going to be hard to find more than 10 on a roster that you can consider an 8, 9, and 10 player. But the reason why we don't have a lot of the middle, it's high or low and a few sprinkles in the middle. Deshaun Elliott, David Long, Andrew Van Ginkel, Jerome Baker. I can't go past 4. See, what the ratio should be is like 9 at the top, 9 in the middle. You see what I'm saying? Like even more than 9 in the middle. You probably want like 11 at the top if you can, and have like 13 in the middle. And then see if you can sprinkle a whole bunch of 4s and 5s. But you can't convince me we ain't got no 2s, 3s, and 4s on this roster. You can't convince me we don't. Okay, cool. I got that. But yeah, man. But yeah, and by the way, Xavien Howard is no more in Miami, obviously. So Chris Grier out here lying? Is Chris Grier out here lying? Chris Grier be talking to y'all. I mean, he don't, like, Chris Grier don't be necessarily lying, but he a fluffer. He'll fluff a conversation. Got all us believing, X could return. Well, we've left the door open. I'm going to keep in communication with his agent. They know, there's still a possibility for him to return, this and that. Stop capping. X said, man, that door closed. X said, I don't know nothing about that. I ain't hear nothing on my side about that. But that's done anyway. They ain't leave on good terms. See, X ain't had to be like that. That tells me all I need to know. X was unhappy anyway, and also X is doing the right thing by not airing out the air out, because from what I know, X was the one was like, man, my career is being wasted here with Miami with a specific quarterback. From what I know. And now you got Xavien Howard out here talking about, it's a done deal, pretty much. It's a wrap. Me coming back to Miami ain't happening, pretty much. And he wants to win. He want to go where he can win. Oh, you couldn't win in Miami, X? We can't win in Miami? X don't even believe we can win. I'm telling y'all, he don't believe this team can win. He know what's going on in that organization. He know what's happening. This man said, even though it's his hometown, I can see myself going back to Houston. They got a young guy, CJ Stroud, young roster, but they good. And he keep on referencing, I want to go to a team who has a chance to win it. You know, teams that have been far in the playoffs and things like that, but he didn't discount Houston. He wants to go to a team that can win. Now, I'm going to tell y'all now, I'm a little concerned because could y'all imagine if X go to Buffalo? Just a thought. Can you imagine if he went to Buffalo? And took a discount? Oh, man. Could you imagine? It will be a little wild. I'm going to tell y'all now, somebody we going to lose out to, and they're going to go to a division rival. I just don't see us escaping this situation clean. I don't see them escaping this situation clean. I understand that X is past his prime. Now, here's another interesting thing X said. X said he's used to playing man press, but he was a team player behind Fangio. He understood that it was all about the man. Let me break this down because this is what I tried to tell y'all. I'm tired of them crucifying ex-coaches just because they don't fit their narrative. You got all these content creators and writers out here putting out a narrative. And as soon as things go south, they find their scapegoat and try to make it seem like it was about them versus the players. I'm telling y'all now, you can be mad at Flores all you want. I'll accept that. Whatever. I don't care. But the Fangio situation, y'all can miss me with that. Y'all can miss me with that. Fangio ain't did nothing wrong. I don't want to hear nothing about he wasn't using the corners properly. You brought him in to run his system. You don't bring him in if you want him to do something that he don't do. You hire Fangio to bring in the defense that most of the league is playing now, which is dubbed behind his name. The Fangio system. You ain't bring him in to say, hey, run them in man and do that. No. And Fangio came, he implemented his system, and whether y'all want to acknowledge it or not, it was successful. The only thing that derailed it at times were injuries, but it was successful. We were ranked the 4th ranked defense in the NFL with 5 games left. And Xavien Howard echoed those sentiments. Although Xavien Howard did say, I'm used to playing man press, and that's what I, would have preferred. But I saw it as a challenge because I wanted to show people that I could play off coverage and zone coverage as well. And I didn't have a problem with it. I actually thought it was fine. I thought we were doing well. The front end was eating, the D-line and the linebackers were making plays, and I thought it was going well. I thought it was successful pretty much. Xavien Howard had no issue with it. Only thing he said is, but it's not my style. I'm used to man press. But I felt like I was about the team instead of myself, and that's why I was fine with it. I didn't have an issue with it. And that's how it was supposed to be. But Fangio, and let me tell you now, Fangio quit. Fangio, man, I ain't dealing with this mess, man. I'm out of here. Y'all on some other stuff. All these babies and crybabies want their way. It's my system. I'm the defensive coordinator, and y'all sitting here listening to these players instead of having my back. When they coming to you crying about, you should be like, it's his system and it's working. We the 4th ranked defense. Go get in line. But y'all around here, hey, Fangio, you know, the players, they feel this way. They feel just a soft culture. Soft culture. At the end of the day, man, there's some things that need to change. And we got to stop all of this pandering to these players, man. And Xavien Howard, literally, when you go read the transcripts of his interview this morning, he confirms nothing was wrong with the system. He prefers to be a man on an island playing man press coverage, but for the betterment of the team, this was the way to go. This was the way to go. And he didn't have a problem with it. And it's Ramsey. I'll never forget this dude for what he did. It's Ramsey. Being a diva, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm going to call it out. I love Ramsey, by the way. I like the fact that we have him. But that's diva behavior. Want your way. Want your way. And I keep telling y'all, if we would have put those guys on the island in man coverage, we wouldn't be running the Fangio system, and then they would have been exploiting other areas. They would have been exploiting other things. But yeah, man, that's my thought on that piece of it as well. What time is it? 2:46. We got 850 people watching, all right? I'm going to make a final appeal to the people on Twitter. We got 450 people watching on YouTube right now. We have 400 people watching on Twitter right now. I urge all the Twitter viewers to come over to the YouTube channel on YouTube. Go to YouTube, not the web version. Try, actually in the app or in your account. Subscribe to TD Fins Talk now, okay? Go to YouTube, subscribe to TD Fins Talk. The link is in the description of the video. Not the description. I just posted it in the chat. The link is in the chat. Hit subscribe, turn on the notification bell because we are live pretty much every day over here, breaking down any and everything Miami Dolphins related, all the breaking news. We are live right away. So come on over to YouTube because I'm not always live on Twitter, so you miss out on some of the content. We also do live panels over here. We're going to start cranking those up more often where we have got guests on where I'll drop the link. You can come in, say your piece, what you feel, what you think. We want to hear everyone's voice. We're getting back to that, all right? Kind of swayed away from it a little because some people was getting out of control. And I had to, get back control of the show. Some people are just going out of the rules and the parameters that we set. But we're going to be bringing that back. Trying to make sure that we can maintain a high level quality show. But if you want to be involved in these shows and be on streams and actually giving your Dolphins opinion about matters, telling me where I'm wrong, telling me why you think I'm wrong, telling me where I'm right, what you agree with, all that good stuff back and forth. We're going to be doing all of that. All right. So come over to the YouTube channel because when we drop the link to get on the show, that's where it's going to be. All right. TD, you might as well live stream 16 hours a day. Yeah, I get that notion too, but you got to also understand I got a lot going on running these businesses and stuff with Roundtable Sports, my new podcast, The Tony Dow Show, and keeping up on this breaking news too. So I have busy days. Plus I got 6 kids, man. I got 6 babies, not babies, but one in college. So I ain't got no baby. Well, I got babies, but I ain't got no my oldest daughter in college, my oldest son about to be in high school, my other son about to be in the 7th grade. Then y'all already know Carter and Cammie, second grade, kindergarten, and then little Harper, little Harper, a year and a half, running me crazy. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. But here, if you want more content like this, listen, I'm about to be live for 1 hour. And it's about to go down because we about to talk about Jonnu Smith. We're about to talk about all of these moves being made. Your boy over there in Denver just got cut. We finna talk about all of this stuff on the Huddle, okay? Let me drop the link to the Huddle show, BetUS TV. Yesterday was a party. Today we want to try to get about, we want to get a large crowd in there as well. So let me drop the link, because at 3 p.m. to 4 p.m., we will be live on The Huddle. Me, Dan from Bills Mafia, Richie from Jets Media. We're going to be talking about all of these moves, all of these free agent moves, all of these signings, all of this stuff will be discussed. So I'm dropping the link right now. If you want to come over and watch the next show at 3 p.m. on BetUS TV, where I'm one of the hosts, come through. We're going to be debating all that good stuff, because they're going to try to discount the Jonnu Smith move, and I'm going to have to give them the business. But yeah, come on over. The video stream is titled today, The Buffalo Bills Gutted Their Roster, but we're going to be talking about everything happening in the NFL. Everything happening, all right? So come on over. Let's have some fun. And I appreciate everybody that supports the channel. I appreciate everybody who rocks with me and continue to show up and show out on behalf of TD Fans Talking Our Family, all right? TD trying to get them kids on the Fins. Y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see. We taking team-friendly discounts. Somewhat. Not I ain't going full crazy. But we gonna help the team. We gonna get, I'm gonna produce y'all a starting quarterback, an actual franchise quarterback. All right. I'm gonna get y'all a nice defensive end, an edge rusher. Might be a nice corner in the deal, and a running back. I'm just saying, your boy got you, man. I'm raising these boys, man. Love y'all, appreciate y'all. The producers at the Huddle calling me now saying, come on, we got to set up for the show. So y'all come on over to the Huddle. The link again is in the chat. I just put it up again. Y'all come watch the episode on YouTube on BetUS TV. The Huddle. Love y'all, appreciate y'all. Fans up no matter what. I'll see y'all soon. Peace. I'm out.